Hello everyone, welcome to this review for Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Time. I finished this about a week ago and I went through it pretty fast. I think I finished this whole book in like 4 days? Wasn't it a week? I went through this very fast, which already tells you I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I'll give you a brief overview of the story. But basically, this is, I think you can tell from the cover, there's a lot of space in this one. Basically, humans leave the planet Earth. They're looking for another planet to make their own. And they're releasing something. There's someone else who's like releasing this virus, they call it, that helps creatures evolve, but for somehow it only impacts the spiders. So, and the humans, like, they're not involved in it, but you can see the world evolving through the spider form. And that's kind of the story. I don't want to tell you any more about that, but it gives you a very brief idea of what you're getting into. And there's a lot to like in this story. First, I'm going to open up with saying that I don't like science fiction in general. I find the idea of people in space going pew 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 lasers and Captain, they're attacking our starboard. Put up the energy shields. It's just I've never really been that into it. Not saying I don't like it, but I've never liked it. And this was definitely the best of the genre that I've ever read, and that's because it mixes a lot of biology in it. So it has two very distinct stories. You're actually going to go with like different points of views, very different points of views. One of them is going to be on the planet, and one of them is going to be the people in space. So there's two different stories in here. The people story, the human side, is very much, I feel like it's something you've read a lot of people in space going, like space stories that you've seen. Oh, wait, they're shooting at us. Fire up the thrusters and the lasers and all that. It was very fine to me. I was like, like when I get to it, I'm like, oh, human section, whatever. But the spider side is absolutely amazing, incredible stuff. Like the way you can see the evolution of a very different species, the way they think, the way they start to think, the way they start forming social bonds, especially in spiders, where, as you know, like the women are very much the dominant gender there, and how it's like shifts in society. It's incredible. And the way they start like learning and trying to pass on their teachings, they call it understandings in this book. It's really good. The spider part is amazing. It has like, it's small scale when you think about it, because like spiders and bugs and all that, but it's huge for them. Then there's like war and religion and all these things. It's just, I can't praise it enough that it's such amazing stuff, because it mixes the science fiction stuff a little bit with all biology, which that part I like. I like stuff that deal with like growth and like lives and feelings and emotion. There's a lot of it here, and how they are evolve over time. And also, like, there's someone sort of watching over the spiders and trying to gauge how they're evolving. They're evolving very differently than we thought they'd evolve. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. And that's kind of like all I can really say about the book, is that there's two stories. One is average and one's really good. And but there are some stuff about it that I can't say I loved too much. I already mentioned that the human side is very average. It's very whatever. I'm not saying you should skip it, because it does. If it's like it's related. Obviously, don't put it there. It wasn't, but it. I want to say slog. Slog's such a mean word. But there's one point where I can think I didn't like the book, and that was very close to the ending, where you see that like the spiders evolve, but there's a certain point where you're like, I think you're evolving way more than I thought you would. Like this is the point of evolution where I'm like, I don't think that this is very likely. So there's just a certain section of the book, and I'm like, oh, I don't. It's close to the end. It's like 50, 60 pages, so it's not like the huge chunks, like maybe 10% of the book. But I read and I was like, this stretches my imagination more than I can take. That part I didn't like, but everything else was great. Even in the ending, like the ending, the conclusion was really good. It was a very nice twist ending that I was very impressed by. So I really enjoyed it all. Um, Overall, best of its genre for science fiction. Now it comes to the question: do you recommend this? I would recommend this for like only three types of people. One, if you like Adrian Tchaikovsky, you would like it. This is one of his best stuff. I loved it a lot. I like him, so I enjoyed it. If you don't like him, okay. Secondly, you have to really like out there ideas. Like really different thing. Spider world through spiders is very new, and I like these sort of very different ideas that are out there and they're like unique and no one's done them before. So I like that. So I'm like 2 out of 3. Third one though if you like science fiction and space stuff, because half the book is in space. So you really have to like, at least if you enjoy that, you'll like this one. But I don't recommend this for everyone. Like, this is definitely to a very specific kind of niche group of people. I wouldn't recommend it if you're like very grounded, you like stuff like this. It's not really for you. It's great for me. Maybe you'll like it, but good book. Specific niche for a lot of people. Get it if you can. I thought it was great. And I hope you enjoyed this review, and see you next time.